Welcome back to the Manor Entropians. Julian McBain here, and we are doing some mayhem practice. Let's use some consumables here. There we go. Alright guys, as always, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the Manor. Please take a moment and subscribe down below. We are on the road to 13 million subscribers, one subscription at a time, so make sure you subscribe. Also, please consider going to patreon.com/JulianMcBain if you'd like to support my work. The incentive I have on there right now is a copy of my ebook, The Modern Entropian, which goes through all of the Entropian professions, including the ones like owning land areas and different ways they may or may not make you money. But what I'm going to talk to you about today is something a little bit different. It's actually covered in the book, but it's something I haven't really touched on very much except in my vlogs. But since I've been doing a whole bunch on personal finance for gamers, I wanted to touch on this too. And it's what goes into being a content creator for Entropia Universe, or for any subject really, but since Entropia Universe is my primary gig, I thought I'd go into it a little bit. So, what goes into being a content creator for this or any game really depends on what you're trying to get out of it. There are some people where their goal is to just make random videos and, you know, things that they think are funny or maybe cool, and share it with folks. They're not really trying to do anything with it except share a little bit of content that they find. And that's cool. It's casual, and that's great. That's basically how YouTube started. I mean, sure, it wasn't video games back then. It was random videos of yourself or your friends, but that was basically the whole concept behind YouTube, was create videos that are kind of random. You shoot them yourself. You think it's cool, or you see something that you think is cool, and you record it, and you post it for other people to see. Then you have people like me. We are the more dedicated, regular, scheduled content creators. We may or may not be monetized. You might have well, for Entropia Universe, Serial Overdrive is probably the largest one out there. But he has also delved into other things. Then you've got some of the up-and-comings. You've got Scotty's C93. You've got Cloak and Daggerish. You've got me. You know, we haven't hit the line of monetization. We haven't quote-unquote made it yet. But we're working hard at it. And so I know that there are people out there who have considered creating their own content, either in Entropia Universe or in other games. They don't really know where to start. They don't know exactly what to cover, because, let's be honest, it's all been covered at some point before. You're not going to get around that. Entropia Universe is a slowly evolving game, and it's that stability that I think that the player base likes about it so much. Because it is a slowly evolving game, and there's nothing wrong with that. The point is that it does create some issues when you're trying to find your niche within the content creation, within content creators. You're trying to find a niche. You're trying to find a place that you can sit that's unique, where you can stand out among all the other content creators. And when it comes to this game, that's very, very tough. A lot of times that niche is actually going to pop out, not in this as your primary game, if this is your primary game, but in the other content you create ancillary to this. Now, you can go the traditional route, what I call the traditional route, which is you expand out into other games. And you can do what I do, which are Let's Plays. You can do what Serial Overdrive does, where he does the same types of tutorials for other games that he does for Entropia Universe players. You can do what Lorespade does and showcase trolling people in another game. Which, if you haven't seen either of those guys' videos, which I'm sure you have, but if you haven't, go check them out. Please. Depending on what you're looking to have for a style of channel will depend upon what the ancillary content is. Some people do nothing but Entropia Unviverse, and there's nothing wrong with that. It is a very tough niche to grow in. It's an extremely tough niche to grow in, because it's an extremely niche game. But that doesn't mean it's impossible. It's like making money in this game. Just because it's difficult doesn't mean it's impossible. You know, becoming a millionaire is difficult. Plenty of people do it. So what I thought I'd do is I'd just lay out a few basics, things that'll help you to acclimate and get into the algorithm. Number one, post regularly on a schedule. It doesn't matter whether it is weekly or daily or twice a week, however you want to do it. However you decide to do it consistently. I would never recommend less than once a week if you're trying to gain traction, although to start off it might be once every 2 weeks. But the point is you have to be consistent. Fairly consistent video length if you can. That's not always possible. If your videos are more topical, then it's less important. But when you post, if you post videos on Monday, always post a video on Monday. If you do it Mondays and Wednesdays, always do Mondays and Wednesdays. Consistently, try not to miss any. And of course you're going to have some misses. Everyone does. You know, we go on vacation, we're sick. You know, we have family emergencies. These are all basic to life, and even the YouTube algorithm understands that to a certain extent. Well, it doesn't literally, but you know what I mean. But the more consistent you are, the better the algorithm will like you. Number two, take some time and watch videos of people whose job it is to sell you shit on YouTube. I'm serious. If you want to be a good content creator, watch the videos by people whose entire purpose is to sell you things on YouTube, especially those courses that they sell for like $1,000. Because what their goal is to provide you value in their free stuff to get you to spend $1,000 on their paid stuff. And I've seen some of these courses be like $5,000, and they put a lot of effort into the content to get you up to that point to make you want to buy it, that you can pull useful information out of it, especially if you watch enough of them. Does that mean you need to go be a hobbyist, you know, like me, where I think all of these ads are just amazing because I'm an advertising geek? That's what happens when you're in marketing? No. But it does mean that you need to take the time to understand the things that you need to understand to be a good YouTuber. Now, you're going to look at my subscribers right now, and you're going to wonder how the hell I'm an authority on this. I am not. These are things I've picked up that have gotten me to where I am today at 318 subscribers. It's taken me 2 years to get here. I know YouTubers who started long after me that have almost caught up to me. They're not doing much different. Obviously, they have managed to pick up little bits and pieces. One of the things that was actually recommended to me that they hammer on in a lot of these videos that I completely ignored are thumbnails. You create your own thumbnails, you're instantly a step up above in the YouTube algorithm. Even simple bland thumbnails will get you a step up. If you've got really good looking thumbnails, it does even better. So it's these little things that you put together. That bring together a YouTube channel. And it's going to take you time. The most important thing you need to do is record something. And you know what? The first one you do is going to suck. There's no getting around it. My first videos sucked. Go digging through all my Entropia Unviverse videos back before I managed to organize them somewhat. It doesn't matter. All of the early ones are basically the same quality. Try to find one that's in like early July of 2018. They're terrible. Sound quality is meh. Content is meh. But you know what? You have to be bad before you can be good. More importantly, you have to dare to be bad before you can be good. And you're not going to understand how to be better if you're not getting the feedback from the people watching your videos. And it's not always going to come in comments. A lot of times it's going to be analytics, watch time hours, average view duration. All of these coalesce into making you understand how well a video did and why it might have done well. And when you start, you're not going to have things like, you know, a Yeti microphone or a high-end camera. If you're even putting your face out there. So you well know, I'm sure, the only ones I use my webcam for are the McMahon moments. I don't use them on my Entropia Universe videos. I don't use them on my Let's Plays, which have been completely dominated by Borderlands the majority of my time as a YouTuber. Borderlands finally overcame the amount of time I spent on We Happy Few. And as I have finished Borderlands 2, even though it hasn't all released yet, and I'm almost through the Borderlands 2 DLC, which has an official name, but I've been calling it Bunkers and Badasses because that's the quote-unquote game you're playing. I don't put my face on those. And there's a reason behind that. There's a certain aesthetic I have chosen for my channel. Often when I am recording those videos, I'm not dressed in a suit. And I know most people don't care, but it's part of the aesthetic I have chosen for my channel. Therefore, I don't put my face on those types of videos when I do my live streams. And that's another thing that'll help you out. Once you're comfortable recording yourself, take a chance and do a live stream. My first live stream was in January. I've been doing this almost 2 years. First live stream was in January. It was an Entropia Universe live stream. It was like 2.5 hours long. And I was just hunting on Monria, waiting to ring in the new year. No, I take that back. That might have been on Calypso still. In fact, I think it was because I think I challenged the War Chief that night. But it was New Year's. And then I started doing something else on live stream. Did I get as many viewers doing the Let's Play on live stream as I did in Entropia Universe? No, because this is what I'm primarily known for. But I was willing to take the chance and expand out, and I'm going to finish what I started on that. One, because I'm loving the game I'm playing, but also because it's part of that consistency. People come to expect you to do things at certain times. And you know what, guys? Sometimes you're not going to want to produce a video. Sometimes you're not going to want to put the work in. You're going to be tired. It's been a long day. It's been a long day within a long week. And you just don't want to deal with it. But if you're looking to build something, you got to do it. I'm recording this video. It is 10 p.m. on Monday night. I finally sat down to be able to relax and realized I needed to record Wednesday's video because Tuesdays I go live. Does that mean I'm unhappy to be doing this? No. If I was unhappy to be doing this, I'd stop being a content creator. The point is you have to be dedicated enough to do it when you don't want to do it. This isn't the time I'd like to take to do it. I'd rather do it tomorrow. But I know I need to be there for my live stream tomorrow, therefore I do it tonight. And you want to know something? That's the key to success in anything. Doing what needs to be done when it needs to be done. Even if you could technically procrastinate and do it the next day. That's why I am good at my job. That's why I'm a halfway decent father. You do what you do when it needs to be done. Being a content creator, especially when you really start pumping out content. Like, I produce content for every day. I'm producing this video tonight on Monday night. This will post on Wednesday. Tomorrow morning I'll do my McBain moments right before work, like I do every week. Tomorrow night I will be doing a Subnautica live stream. By the time this comes out, it would have been last night. Go watch the replay if you don't watch it live. Being a content creator is hard work. It's worthwhile, and it's a lot of fun. But if you start, you can't be willy-nilly about it. If you're going to do it, dedicate yourself to the work. Honestly, I don't think you'll be disappointed. I don't. There's a certain amount of pride. There's a certain rush to being on stage, quote unquote. But there's also a certain amount of, I don't really know the word for it. But you almost get a hunger for the renown. And as long as you're producing worthwhile content, that's a good thing. As long as you don't let it go to your head. You don't get arrogant about it. That's a good thing. And I don't like using the word fame because there is a certain negative aspect to being a celebrity, quote unquote. And you see it now more than ever. You can't live on attention. What you need to do is live on the value you provide to others. People watch my videos because I provide them a certain amount of value. Obviously, I am not providing enough value to warrant being a partner yet, but I'm growing. People are learning who I am, and they're enjoying the value I provide. Some people don't like what I provide. They go off to other channels. And what value do I provide? Advice and motivation. A certain level of skill information. And to a certain extent, entertainment. Some YouTubers, like Lorespade, lean far more toward entertainment, whereas people like Serial Overdrive lean far more toward education. And if you get out of the virtual space, there are other YouTubers who are strictly education. We all have our niche. What niche will you create? Because honestly, there's plenty of room for more YouTubers, especially in the Entropia Universe space. The more people we have creating content for Entropia Universe, the more known it's going to be, the better it's going to be for us players, because more people will be playing. As for me, I know that there's going to come a time where I may need to take a break from Entropia Universe. We all do from time to time. I play pretty consistently, but you'll notice that I'll often take long breaks where most of my videos are all low-key hunting. I'll have a topic. I'll talk about something. But between mayhems, it was primarily low-key hunting. Why is that? Because Entropia Universe is a real cash economy. We don't always have the dosh to put into it. And that's okay. Don't feel pressured to break your bank just to create videos. Now, yes, I'm saying this as I'm doing Mayhem, which is by far the most aggressive you can be in any form in your category for Entropia Universe. But for me, that's mostly because I enjoy doing it. It's addictive as hell. And so I share that addiction with you. But come Friday, the real game starts, and I will probably be taking a short break from Entropia Universe to play Virtueverse. And I'm not sorry about that. I have ground out the Mayhems. Actually, I think I did every single Mayhem last year. Pretty sure I did every single Mayhem last year. And it was a lot of fun. And it was hard. But it was good. Will I do them this year? Probably, if I can find the time. But as it happens, it overlaps with the Virtueverse open beta or open alpha. And I've been looking forward to that. It's unfortunate that it turned out this way, but sometimes those things happen. And you're going to see content from that game too. It's not what you dump into it financially that matters. It's the effort you put into it that creates the content that people want to watch. I would love to see what you might have out there to offer. Speaking of thumbnails, that was a perfect picture. There, so now you know where the thumbnail came from this time around. And I'm not making this video to bitch. Because honestly, if that was the case, I may as well not make a video. I mean, let's be facing it. It's not like someone's holding a gun to my head and saying that my livelihood depends on this, because I ain't making a whole lot off of it. Even though this might not have been the timing that I wanted to do a video, I still wanted a video to put out. There's a drive. It's almost like the proverbial gambling bug. It bites you and you can't help yourself. Once you're a content creator, you're driven to create content. It becomes a part of you. And you're going to find yourself creating content even when there's a part of you that would rather be doing something else. Now, I could easily hit the stop button, which I will be shortly because we're coming to the end of our half hour, and watch episodes of Altered Carbon instead. It was sorely tempting for me to do so before I turned the camera on. But I wouldn't have been able to sleep very well. So be warned, if this is where you decide to go with your life, become a content creator, if you really dedicate yourself to it, that's what's going to happen to you too. It's a lot of fun though. It's like being an adrenaline junkie. It's not as addictive as fighting or the adrenaline rush you get from being a firefighter or anything like that, but there's definitely an addictive aspect to it. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe down below. We are on the road to 13 million subscribers, one subscription at a time, so make sure you subscribe. I also want to put a huge shout out to my patron, Red Kryptonite. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all the support you keep giving me. And with that, you all have a wonderful day.